You know exactly who we're talking about today. That person in the office, the one who just can't get through a single meeting without reminding everyone about their degree. Well, today we're going to pull back that expert mask and figure out what's really going on underneath. Oh, you can just feel this moment, can't you? The team is brainstorming, the energy is great, a new idea is on the table. And then, boom, the conversation screeches to a halt. Someone leans back in their chair and drops the credential bomb. It's perfectly timed, and it's designed to do one thing: end the debate and make them the unquestioned authority in the room.
I mean, we've all been there. It's almost a universal workplace experience. But what is really driving them to do this? You might think it's just arrogance or overconfidence. But what if it's the exact opposite? Let's dive into the psychology here, because the real answer is probably not what you think.
And there it is. That's the big reveal. This constant need to wave their qualifications around isn't a sign of strength at all. It's actually a massive flashing sign for some pretty deep insecurity. They pull out these credential bombs at the exact moment they feel challenged or ignored, or, and this is the most telling part, when they have a nagging feeling that they might actually be wrong.
So, the first big reason for this behavior is a concept we can call the authority gap. This is really the core of the problem. It's this huge disconnect between the respect they think their title should automatically give them and the respect they are, or aren't, actually earning with their work today. So what does that actually mean? It means their day-to-day performance isn't getting them the kudos they crave. So they have to reach back into the past and cash a check that was written years or even decades ago. That piece of paper, that degree, becomes a stand-in for competence right here, right now. And this chart just lays it out perfectly, right? On one side, you have titled authority. That's the person saying, you have to listen to me because of this diploma I got. It's all about the past. But on the other side, you've got earned authority. That's proven in the present by doing good work. It speaks for itself. You never have to announce it. Our flexor is stuck living on the left side of this chart. Now, let's build on that. Because this isn't just about borrowing respect. It's also a really powerful defense mechanism against feeling irrelevant. You can almost think of it as a weird, inside-out version of imposter syndrome. Look, industries are changing at lightning speed. It's completely understandable that some people start to feel, well, obsolete. They see younger coworkers who are wizards with new software or who just get concepts like AI, and frankly, it's terrifying. So what do? They retreat to the one thing that feels safe and unchangeable: their past accomplishments. That degree stops being a qualification and becomes a life jacket they're desperately clinging to. And this is such a critical shift in how we see this. When they drop that credential bomb, it feels like an attack, but it's not a weapon aimed at you. It's a shield, protecting their own fragile sense of relevance in a world that feels like it's leaving them behind. Okay, this brings us to the third and maybe the most crucial piece of the puzzle. It's this really dangerous mindset where education isn't seen as a starting point, but as a finish line. We call it the intellectual peak trap. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? It captures the heart of a fixed mindset. For some people, the day they walked across that graduation stage was the moment their intellectual value was set in stone. They believe they hit their peak, and right at that moment, they kind of stopped actively learning and growing. You can see exactly how this plays out over time. Let's say someone graduates back in 2005. They're feeling like they're on top of the intellectual world, but then nothing. They stagnate. Fast forward to today, and they're pulling out 2-decade-old knowledge to argue about brand new problems. The world kept moving, but they're still mentally standing on that 2005 peak. And here's where it gets really tricky. Because their entire sense of self-worth is so wrapped up in that past achievement, they literally can't tell the difference between a professional debate and a personal attack. If you challenge their idea, in their mind, you are challenging them, their intelligence, their history, their very identity. And that's when they use the degree to shut down a conversation that makes them feel exposed. All right, so we get the why now. We see the insecurity, the fear. But what do you actually do about it when you're in a meeting and you just need to move forward? Well, let's break down a super simple, really practical 2-step strategy. First things first, you have to remember this, that flex, that credential bomb, it might feel like aggression, but it's really a confession. They are confessing their fear of being irrelevant. As soon as you see the fear behind the boast, you can stop reacting defensively and start responding strategically. Okay, here's the play. It's just 2 steps. Step 1, validate their past. Don't fight them on the degree, lean into it. Say something simple like, I really value the experience you bring to this. That's it, you've lowered their shield. Then, immediately, you pivot to step 2, bridge to the present. You ask, that's a great point. How can we apply that experience to solve this very specific problem that we're facing today?
This approach it's so effective because it works on 2 levels. First, it makes them feel heard and respected, which calms down that insecurity. But second, it gently but firmly forces them to engage with the here and now. You're calling them into the present moment, where the real problem solving has to happen, without ever making them feel like you're attacking their past.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's be really clear. Earning a degree is a wonderful achievement, and experience is an incredible teacher. But real expertise isn't some trophy you polish and put on a shelf. It's a tool you have to use every single day. You know, the most confident, the most competent people you'll ever meet almost never feel the need to tell you how smart they are. They just show you.
And if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this right here. In the world we live in now, our value is defined by what we contribute today. Respect isn't something you can inherit from a diploma you earned a decade ago. It has to be earned, right here in the present.
And now I really want to hear from you. This is such a common thing. I am sure you've got some stories. Have you had to work with a credential flexor? What happened? How did you deal with it?
Drop your stories and your strategies in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to read them. And of course, if this helped you see things a little differently, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next explainer. Thanks so much for watching.